to the Squadcast. This is where the Two Buttons Deep squad, I'm going to go full Marilyn Monroe up here on a rooftop in Albany, but this is where the squad breaks down all stuff worth talking about from the capital region and beyond. We've got Jordan to my right, maybe it's stage left. We got Dan to my stage left, maybe it's right. And we are coming to you from a beautiful rooftop in downtown Albany at 2BD's third HQ. We have a couple homes bouncing around here, and today's episode, bringing it back to what I think most people are calling the drink of the summer, maybe the preferred seltzer of all seltzers. It's the Claw. I hope you guys each have enough cases that you could impress any girl in town knowing that Two Buttons Deep is sponsored by White Claw in the month of June.
Yeah, I mean, I just figured out, what is it? You know, there's no law with the Claw.
Literally no law.
I mean, I'm all about it. I love it. It tastes great. There hasn't been a flavor that I actually don't like. I don't know if that sounds bad, that I, borderline alcoholic, but hey, cool. It's cool.
No.
I love the White Claw.
It's healthy. It's water, right? What do you think?
Everyone who knows me knows I'm a beer guy first and foremost.
Yeah.
But sometimes you get beered out.
Yeah.
And I don't really like the hard liquor. It's the perfect change up. It's the most refreshing drink in the summer. You gotta love it. I
just feel like we are going to need to even further our White Claw education, because there's so many White Claw brand ambassadors out there that literally ride or die for this. They prefer it over everything else. I mean, it's alcohol, it's water, it's sparkling. I feel a little fancy and like I want to go 2 buttons deep when I drink it, which is exactly what we're doing here today. This is the first time we have done an in-person Squadcast in months.
Months. Feels so good.
Oh my God.
So
we can
good.
Feel the fresh air. We're ready to go. But just because we're outside doesn't mean everybody's outside right now.
No. While the sun is up, it's almost summertime officially. I've been inside.
Yeah, you have.
That's why I'm not as tan as I could be.
Yep. What have you been doing inside?
I've been training for the Times Union Esports tournament.
Wow.
It kicks off tomorrow, Friday.
Yep.
I don't know when we're releasing this.
No, you're good.
I'm playing Fortnite. I heard Sam had some choice words for me earlier, calling me a noob, calling me different things. Look, that's fine. I don't need to let anybody know how hard I'm working, all right? I'm getting ready, gonna get that win. There's $5,000 in cash prizes. That's a lot of money, guys.
Yeah.
Well, good thing Sam isn't playing Madden 20, because Moi gave him the work in that game, so sorry, Sam.
It doesn't surprise me. He's too busy training for Call of Duty that is not in the tournament.
Thank God boys have video games, because you guys are the biggest summer complainers out there.
What do girls do?
I mean, we sit outside, we drink White Claw. I just said it. I just said what girls do. But listen, you guys have one more final weekend where you don't have to worry about social distancing in public, because all you got to do is sit down on your couch and play in this tournament. It's the first time they're ever doing it. Times Union is going all in on esports. I'm all in on the Times Union because it's the best place to find the news, read the news. But guess what? I can read the news on my porch, on a patio. You guys got to just settle in at your computers. You can drink White Claw. I don't care. But any final words for Sam from the squad on this rivalry that we have brewing in prep for the tournament?
I just personally think whether you win, whether Sam wins, anybody in the group wins, we are a squad.
True.
So I think the money should be shared, just saying. Because we're your moral support.
See, now that talks like somebody who doesn't expect to win. But you know what? I'm just going to go out there and I'm going to play my game. I know how hard I've been working. And Sam can talk all he wants, play his Call of Duty. I'll be rocking Fortnite, jumping out of that party bus, ready to go.
Well, we know Sam's a shit talker anyways. I mean, he's actually away for the entire week for Father's Day. I was impressed.
How convenient.
I was impressed to know that he takes a week-long vacation from the world. He did the same for Mother's Day. Props that you love your parents. But, yeah, he's just using this like a birthday week, like a regular old birthday week, making the most of his work-from-home summer. I'm back at work, but, I'm adjusting to real life.
I'm sadly not yet.
It's not pleasant. But listen, guys, we got a whole round of topics to get through today on the Squadcast.
Well, I was going to say, I mean, it'd be cool, Dan, if you do win. You know what you should do for celebration?
What's that?
Use some fireworks.
Oh,
but the
God.
right way. But the right way, which sadly out here in Albany, people have not been doing.
Let me tell you, that's one hell of a segue.
Yeah, I was going to say, both of you guys just made segues for me. As the host, I feel like you're improving each at your jobs here for 2 buttons deep.
I mean, it's Jack always has the A1 segue, so I'm just trying to, do my part.
He's smiling.
The work from home life allows for a lot of self-care.
You must be
produces good things.
You must be reading a lot of Times Union. You're getting your vocabulary up. But listen, people are pissed about fireworks. I'll save my take to the end. I'll read the story first, as we do. So listen, fireworks rattling Capital Region neighborhoods well before July 4th. So in Albany, this is amazing stat. Calls to the city's 911 system for fireworks are up 700%, 232 as of Monday, compared to just 29 calls at this point last year. Even the mayor says the presence of fireworks has been constant in her neighborhood. And here's the thing. I thought fireworks were legal, so people are calling to complain. The noise is too much. Their dogs are sad. And I was right. Governor Cuomo signed a bill in 2014 allowing the purchase and use of sparkling devices as regulated. But I guess what's the word? See, my vocabulary sucks. The caveat is that they can only be done around 4th of July and New Year's. That seems extremely vague. The people are upset. Jordan, are you experiencing this? And
yeah,
are you one to do it? Oh, I could see it.
Well, I would say where I'm at least, I have the space that I can.
Okay.
But yeah, like I'm just riding around and I hear pop 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 and I'm like, oh my gosh, like hold. And then, you know, everybody's just, I hear the next day, it's like, yeah, fireworks have been destroying the city. I'm like, oh. Like, I mean, personally, I don't care as much since I'm not dealing with it. I'm sleeping good. But I feel bad for everybody else.
And the dogs out there, right? Dan, you're a Troy guy, so what are you hearing in Troy?
I am a Troy guy. Now, I think I'm conditioned to sleep through anything because I live on the loudest intersection in America, but that's beside the point. But yes, I've been hearing them. When I hang out in my balcony at night, I've been hearing them. But, you know, we have been locked up for so long. You know what? People want to celebrate something. They want to feel something. And fireworks make you feel something. But to Jordan's point, go up to the Adirondacks, go to a nice open lake, do it in a safe way. Let's not do it in rural and downtown areas. I'm sorry.
Just don't do no forest fires.
All right.
We don't need that.
Couple things here. One, obviously, forgot to mention, July 4th is canceled, people. It's not happening. So you're not going to the plaza in Albany. What? You're not watching them by the beach in Saratoga. Fireworks are canceled.
What?
So I don't know, though. Like, we knew this, like, months ago, I'm pretty sure. So were people that upset that they're going out? I mean, you've seen, like, in the past, those huge tents at, like, cross gates or, like, an old Kmart parking lot where people are selling, like, explosives, for lack of a better word. I mean,
and
I don't know.
That's the thing. There are certain fireworks that are legal, and then there are certain ones that are illegal. They're only, like, commercial or whatever it may be.
Like, we have East Coast fireworks. We don't have no Texas big old
South
double
Carolina.
rocket. Like, I think, you know, it's not too bad. But, you know, at first I was like, oh, it's probably just those people complaining. Like, you know, you always have that one. Like, even in college at Iowa Kinnick, there would be people who would call the police to complain that the stadium was too loud on game day. Like, those people, like, you need to chill out.
Those are called the old men who yell at clouds.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
But for, like, you to say, like, to go up 700% on calls, that's not just the old cranky people.
And, like, sorry, like, the police are kind of, like, going through a little bit of a thing right now. So, like, I don't know if this is going to be their top response. But, listen, I think fireworks are so overrated. One of my favorite lines from KFC Radio on Barstool years ago was, like, fireworks are literally the exact same thing every year. You could Google fireworks and be like, oh, fireworks. Like, why do you need to see them in person? I get there's a little, like, you know, excitement, a childlike feeling. But to do it in your backyard, my dad didn't even let us have sparklers when I was a kid because I think I burned my hand. I, like, let it run for too long.
Sounds like user error.
At age 26, I will literally dart to the other side of this rooftop if I see someone do sparklers because I'm so nervous. So for me, I'm not wanting to be near any explosives. I do feel bad for the dogs. Like, do you know how much it is a pain in the ass to have a dog on July 4th? It's got to be awful. But Chris Churchill said, listen, it sounds like our communities are like war zones, like at night. I mean, not for nothing. There's also a lot of shootings that have been going on in the area. So I think that could also be, like, kind of maybe why people are calling the cops. Like, they're nervous. It's like how I don't know the difference between weed and a skunk. I'm like, oh, but it's kind of like you don't know the difference between fireworks and gunshots.
I guess.
Yeah. I swear to God, I was fishing last night and I was like, oh, I was in, like, a private area and I was like, oh, someone's smoking pot. And then on my way out, I realized, like, no, that was a skunk. Like, nope. I'm so dumb. 26 years old, people. Anyways.
Do not get your weed from Taylor.
Moving right along. So we know people aren't going to be doing fireworks anytime soon in a public setting in any way. But what people might be doing in Saratoga is going to Spa City Tap and Barrel, where Steve Barnes posted a very funny like one caption photo that said unclear on the concept, and it was a Facebook invitation to an event called the End of Quarantine Bash. First of all, it's not the end of quarantine, I don't think, according to this bar it is. And it literally shows a collage of 6 pictures of people in huge crowds. And this is actually happening next Friday at 7 p.m. So, I don't know. I think it's a big topic this week. Is it the end of social distancing?
I mean, it's not, but do they even have, like, outdoor space?
No, actually they don't at that bar. You're so right.
So is everybody going to do what was that one bar we talked about a while back that had the little bumper?
In
tubes?
Maryland they were doing that.
Are they going to have little floaties to, like, keep separation in the...
Better yet, hamster balls.
There you go.
That, in this bar, though, it just wouldn't work. I
can't even walk through the door, but
what were they thinking? I mean...
They're pandering to what they know people want. Right. However, I think we can go ahead and call it irresponsible.
Yes.
We're trying to save football here. I mean, I won't go on my own thing here, but I just want football to happen. We need to still social distance.
Right. That's why you're doing esports instead of going to a back to quarantine party.
No risk.
I mean, pretty ballsy for them to just say this is the end of quarantine. I don't think that would be appreciated, or Dr. Fauci would approve.
No.
And then further than that, I mean, they're an indoor bar.
And what wasn't on the bottom? It was like selling like you could enter something.
Oh, you got like a $25 happy hour gift card. And then Steve Barnes said, correction, like they removed the event. And then I guess they put it back on because they said they're not violating any like SLA laws, which
not yet.
I don't know. I thought there were no laws.
Not when you're drinking close.
Maybe these guys are good to go. But yeah, I'm curious. We talked a lot on the Squadcast during our quarantine about whether summer in Saratoga would, get back to business as usual. Clearly by that story, I can tell people are eager.
Yeah. But I mean, I have been seeing a lot of like circulation on the web. Sounded old for a sec, but on the web of this like meme of it's showing like the percentage of like corona cases versus the like uproar. It was like in the spring there was like barely any like cases, but the uproar in media, everything was like wildly high. And now the cases are like wildly high, but now we're back down to there's no uproar. The media has gone silent on it.
I saw that this
talking
morning.
about the BLM movements, and we're just like, we'll see what
happens.
happens.
That was a perfect meme for right now, because I think it was a couple weeks ago people just decided, you know what, quarantine's over. I think we all just got tired of it, but we really got to stay conscientious and be smart about this, because again, I just want football to happen. I'm totally that's my number one reason, also saving lives.
What's your opinion on it now? Is it going to happen?
Right now it seems it's going to happen. The NFL approved they're going to do their training camps. No, it was the NCAA that approved a 6-week training camp starting in July, so athletes are back on campus.
Oh yeah, you're a college guy. I mean, baseball's effed, right?
Seems that
way.
Well,
yeah, because they didn't like I guess like settle on the players union and the I don't even know, like the league reps or whatever.
The
like,
owners are being like incredibly greedy.
Yeah.
But
it's wild. So basically you're saying we need to keep social distancing. I mean, look, we're doing it.
Esports, baby.
We just got to find yourself a rooftop. You don't have to worry about it. Play esports, do whatever. Even though people are eager to get back outside. You know what I'm eager to do? Get back on a CDPHP cycle.
Hey, George.
I think that is one bright spot in what's going on. There were a couple weeks here in Albany where I was like, I just wish I could ride, man. I turned into a girl that goes fishing now. I went camping once. I'm very outdoorsy. So the return of the CDPHP cycle. Have you guys experienced and the places you'll go with CDPHP cycle?
No, I have not.
Can you ride a bike?
Yes.
You can?
Yes.
Okay, see, I'm not
a while, but
a great bike rider, but I think this could potentially be part of the revival of the 2 Buttons Deep summer bucket list, which is big. All right?
Which, was that also canceled at some point?
Yes, it was postponed. It was postponed for a brighter day, and that day is coming because we're bringing back CDPHP Cycle. They're going to do it in more like nature-y areas to promote people's social distancing, not like being right down in the city, but being near a nature preserve or a park or whatever. So I'm here for it.
I'm definitely here for it. I mean,
if I get on one of those bikes, I want to buy like one of those old school boom boxes and have that one song playing, like cruising down the street in my 6'4". Like that's.
I think I'll put a baseball card on mine with a paper clip to make it sound like a motorcycle.
Oh, I like that.
That's a great one. That's a classic, like, 4th grade thing to make your bike sound cool.
Oh, you know what I would have done? They usually make me wear a helmet because I'm not that skilled. What I would have done if I didn't give my Stewart's Mask Challenge hat away to Casey Seiler, I should have transformed that into my bike riding helmet so I could put White Claws in there and sip the straws while I ride.
Would that be considered drinking and driving?
TBD.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
There's
but
no
listen,
laws with the claw.
I just asked the question.
And
Just
I would
asked
have
the
a
question.
mask on, so I'd have to. That's why I did the straws. I did the straws so I could like put it through. What are you crushing your claws over
I
there?
got excited. I'm sorry.
You are excited. I know you're excited to see everybody. You're excited about the whole thing. This last topic here, it's not quite as exciting, but it's time for change. We've been talking about time for change on 2 Buttons Deep. We're all doing it in our own lives personally, a little bit on social media here and there. But the time for change has come with a lot of famous brands that have been doing the wrong thing when it comes to representing people of color and using people of color in a negative way for their brand. So it's Aunt Jemima's turn. She's over.
She's on the chopping block.
And here's what Quaker Oats has to say. They announced this morning that they will rename and remove the logo from its more than 130-year-old Aunt Jemima breakfast brand. It's maple syrup, FYI. Obviously, this is coming amid some social media backlash that called out the branding, which has overt ties to American slavery, as racist. So listen, they're coming clean. Uncle Ben's is coming clean. What's the other one you said, Jack? Land O'Lakes, which has some Native American. And you're a football guy. I think Washington Redskins. Is it time for them? I mean, brands.
Yeah.
Good
They
for
were
you.
they were under heat years ago.
Years.
And they're just holding on so strong. They're digging their heels in.
Yeah, I don't know why
we'll see.
they have to. It's not like they've been good, so I think it's time for a
Right,
logo
they could
change.
just do a general
They could use a
rebranding.
rebrand.
Yeah,
You know, you're
but
right.
I think it is good. Like, yeah, this whole movement is doing a lot for just making some positive steps and making sure there's full equality with everybody.
Right.
And it's just good because, you know, everybody loves syrup, everybody loves pancakes, but not everybody loves racism.
No.
Not everybody.
No, nobody.
Except if you're in the KKK or you're a Nazi, so get out of the U.S.
Yeah, no
but,
syrup for you
other than
anyways.
that, it's like, yeah, it's good to see. I have no clue what, you know, I think they didn't even say what their new logo is going to be yet. I mean, I feel like it's not hard. Just put pancakes on your cover.
Right, they don't have to get
but-
super creative to
Yeah.
rebrand here.
Right. I mean, I said it off the air, and it was just off the cuff, but just put Aunt Jemima in a pantsuit. Make her look professional. Make her be in the
Change your name, though. I think we gotta change
I think
your
it's
name.
the name. So
Miss
I mean,
Jemima.
I would just say, no, you can't say Mr. or Mrs. Cake.
What did you want, hotcakes? I feel like that name's probably already taken, but my takeaway here is like, it's been interesting and very good to watch brands say they're done, because it's been a lot of we'll say we'll do something or we're sorry or we're gonna whatever, but now's the time to take action. So
Yeah.
it's not like this is the first time they've ever been called out. It's not like they were operating with a brand that had, you know, racist undertones and they didn't know. This is not news, but as consumers, we want to feel like we're buying from brands that are socially responsible and are, you know, treating people equally. And not everybody likes generic brand maple syrup. I feel like Aunt Jemima, for what it's worth, you know how like there's certain brands you can't buy generic? Like I buy things generic all the time, you know? Like I can't think of an example. Seltzer, say, not this, but all right, that was bad. I don't know why I said that. I don't even know.
Non-alcoholic
I would
seltzer.
actually never buy generic seltzer. What's an example? Bread?
There's yeah,
No,
cereals.
no.
Yeah, there's like cereal where you have like the Frosted Flakes, and then you have legit a picture of a tiger.
Frosty
that's like
Oat,
not.
yeah.
It's like Frosty.
All right, so maybe I'm a little more brand oriented than I thought, but I remember like my mom always saying like Heinz ketchup. That's kind of one you got to go for.
Yeah.
I think maple syrup. I think Aunt Jemima. She's a top tier. Yeah, I guess maybe like breads, grains, rices. Like I'm not trying to go out and
Well, I mean, I get my syrup organic.
get your quinoa. Where do you get your
Yeah.
quinoa?
Everything's organic.
Yeah, so I think Aunt Jemima, if they want to retain you know, ownership of the pancake syrup market, this is a very welcome change for them.
Yeah.
You know.
It's a good move.
And
'cause
if anything,
who would it help if they kept her on?
No.
There's no reason to hold their ground, so they're not.
Yeah,
And that's
nothing would
fantastic.
change. But if they change it to something else and call it like Jordan's Hotcakes or something like that,
Yeah.
how many more people are gonna buy it because of that positive?
Jordan,
change
just
for them?
remember us when you're on the front of that
I
bottle,
would,
okay?
like, have like syrup coming down. Or,
You make a lot of references to like kind of wanting to be like a male stripper, like sex icon. I feel like.
I guess it's subconsciously, so I don't know.
Like you just sleep it, you think it, like it just slips out in there, but like you want to make pancake syrup sexy again. And we have a huge rooftop here. I think we could shoot some really creative ads. You could roll around in it. I mean, whatever it is that.
But that's how all commercials sell their stuff. Like, there's like one like cheeseburger place in Iowa. It was like called Hardee's.
Hardee's. Oh,
and
yeah.
Literally all it had was a girl like rubbing a cheeseburger on herself. It was like Hardee's. I was like, wait. What did that have to do with the food?
Catherine
Webb.
It. Catherine Webb was a Hardee's girl. They've had like multiple Hardee's girls that are famous just for being really hot and hey, just take a bite of a cheeseburger in the most like sexy way you possibly can.
Yeah.
And that's their marketing.
Jesus, that is not the quarantine body that I built over the last 3 months. But listen, guys, anything we want to end on our first outdoor, I'm not going to say post-quarantine because we're not done with it yet, but a socially distanced, safe Squadcast.
I'm just so happy to be back with y'all.
Oh, that's so
Also drinking
sweet.
some Claw, so fun, so good, and I'm expecting Dan to, get that dub this weekend and share the wealth, but, it's good to be back.
So you'll notice that White Claw starts and ends with the same letter. That's W. That's what I'm looking for.
Get that
Wow,
dub,
that was good
baby.
because I was like, no, it's WC, but I got it, everybody. That is the Squadcast. Tune in for our next one next week. That's what we do. We do it every week. We're back.
Cheers.
We're doing it.
Cheers.